Hello, everybody. Welcome to DRL TV. I'm your host, James Pandoff, filling in for the absent David Wellborn Jr. Joining me tonight is Rod Fosnar. We're here at Iowa for 150 miles or 172 laps. Currently partly cloudy, 77 degrees out, with 1% humidity and a 2% wind in the north direction. 3 minutes remaining in qualifying. Austin Collins currently the quickest on the board. Rod, through what you saw in practice, what are you expecting tonight? Who are you keeping an eye on?
Well, as usual, I always like Eric Wolf. He seems to be the man to beat most weeks. I did notice qualifying, a lot of our top 10 guys are really close in speed. I also like Jarrett Rogers, relative. I wouldn't say newcomer. I know he's been around for other seasons, but newcomer to this particular season. So Jarrett Rogers looks strong. Like I said, Eric Wolf as usual, and you can't count out Thomas Harmon. I mean, he'll probably come from the rear and come through the field and be somewhere near the front by the end.
Absolutely. As we see Jordan Berry coming off of turn 4 to set his first lap time, 2 minutes remaining in the qualifying. Currently 9th quickest with the 24.854. Looks like that's all he's going to put down. So we'll see if he'll be able to maintain a top 10 qualifying position. Who else do we have on track at this time?
It looks like Harmon's actually going to put down a lap this week.
Yeah, we saw last week he decided to opt in, start in the rear of the field. He's currently 3rd quickest, and that'll move him to the 2nd row. A few drivers have yet to set a lap time, as we're closing in on a minute and 20 seconds remaining. David Wright coming onto the track.
TBB took over that 3rd spot from Harmon.
Great lap time there by Butch Benjamin. Matt Burgess, you see he's going to wait and start in the back of this one. Jim Westfield just set a lap time. I'm sorry, he's on track now. He hit the wall on his first lap time. That's why he didn't have a lap time set. Coming to the line. Good enough for 13th. See the 23 of Michael skidding across the start-finish line. I don't think he'll have enough time to set a lap, as we're under 30 seconds remaining. Few notables. I don't see the 25 Zach Wisting on track. See if he'll be able to reconnect to the lobby before green flag drops. But it looks like Eric Wolf will be the pole sitter tonight. See if we'll be able to pull in the 24 and have a word with him. Hey, Eric Wolf, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, JP.
Well, starting on the pole for this one tonight at Iowa, alongside you, Austin Collins, who's been pretty fast. Both you and him were within a tenth of a second of each other. Would you say he's going to be your biggest competitor tonight on the track?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure that I'm going to even be in it for the win on this one. I'm still trying to figure this place out. But yeah, he seems really, really fast. I didn't have a chance to look at his long run pace, but we'll have to control our tires and not caught up in a wreck here at the start where we're getting really loose. But I think it'll be the same guys who were always strong. We'll have to worry about Harmon will be strong Taylor Butcher Benjamin. The shorter the tracks get, the better he gets. I see him starting right behind me. So, yeah, it's going to have to work at this one here.
Yeah, one new thing to mention is the number of tire sets allowed per race. It's new to iRacing, new to the league. You only have 3 opportunities to change your tires. You think that's going to play a big factor tonight?
Yeah, I think that's going to have an impact on the race. I'm not sure how I'm going to even play that, but I'll try to make the decisions as they go here. It will play an impact.
Absolutely. It's going to be something to keep an eye on, not only tonight, but throughout the rest of the season. It's going to add a new strategy element to it. Rod, do you have anything for Eric?
No, I noticed during warm-ups, cars seemed a bit loose. Was that true to form? Are they running a little bit loose?
When the tires are cold, these things are an absolute handful off the corner. If you try to put the power down to either maintain a position or just you want to try to run the fastest as you can, if you stay on the throttle, it's really easy to turn it around, especially off turn 4, but off 2 is.
All right, Eric. Well, good luck tonight. Hopefully we talk to you at the end of this one, and we'll see you around.
All right,
have a good one, Eric.
Let's see if we can take a look at our starting lineup as the field paces around the track. Eric Wolf, Austin Collins make up row number 1. Starting right behind them is the 88 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Thomas Herman in the 68. Keep an eye out on Thomas Herman. J.W. Miller in the 5th position. Kevin Dick in the 10 car right behind him. Jarrett Rogers in the 97. Steven Sims in the 79. Both truck driver regulars competing here tonight in the Grand National Series, as well as Jim Westfield and Patrick Calgo, who make up the top 10. David Wright 11th. Dakota Wilkins 12th. 13th goes to Jordan Berry in that 31, and Raymond Root making his DRL debut in the 43. Dustin Musil 15th, Cody Gasky 16th. Emmenizer takes the 17th position, and Mike Lemon in 18th. As the pace car gets ready to duck off, we'll let the rest of the starting grid cycle through. Eric Wolf will lead him to the green. Right away, he's off. A great restart there by Eric Wolf. Looked like Austin Collins had a little bit of wheel spin. Thomas Herman had to check up for him going down into turn number 1. Butch and Benjamin battling for that 2nd position as Wolf is off to about a 6 car length gap. Austin Collins is able to fight off Benjamin to sole possession of 2nd. J.W. Miller to the inside of the 68 of Thomas Herman. And we have the 21 of Richard Springer making an unscheduled pit stop early. So we have a big battle going on for 5th position.
He might have had to serve a drive-through.
Yeah, you see him on screen coming onto the track. A little blinking issue there with the 79 of Steven Sims. With Jerry Rogers to the inside. That is a battle for the 7th position. Top 6 single filed out. Jim Westfield at 35. Looking on with this battle between the 79 and the 97. On board with Jim Westfield as you see him take a peek to the inside of Steven Sims. Going down in turn number 1. His nose is there. Steven Sims has to stay in the middle lane. Looks like Steven Sims will be able to clear him and get down in front of him. Oh, Steven Sims into the wall. Westfield had to check up majorly. That could have been disastrous. A great job by Jim Westfield being able to stay alert. You see a little bit of damage there by Steven Sims, taking a closer look to his back bumper. You see that left rear quarter panel all smashed in.
Up front, Butcher Benjamin just went around the outside of the 98 car of Austin. And Harmon is falling back to J.W. Miller.
J.W. Miller rocking a new paint scheme. Tonight, a Mountain Dew Frostbite. Little lag there, you saw on your screen J.W. Miller blink out, but look at Butcher Benjamin. He is on a great pace and closing in on our race leader, Eric Wolf. J.W. Miller really working that outside well as he's attempting to pass Austin Collins. Looks like he might be able to do so through 1 and 2.
He will get a good run off that top side.
On board with Taylor Butcher Benjamin as he's hunting down our race leader, Eric Wolf. Looks like he'll be able to... Oh, 98 of Austin Collins. What a save by him. Keeping it out of the infield grass. He's going to lose several positions. Right behind them, you saw contact between the 42 and the 79. Steven Sims having all sorts of trouble early in this one. Going back for the race lead, Taylor Butcher Benjamin still putting pressure on, but Eric Wolf is doing a fantastic job keeping him behind him as J.W. Miller is trying to close that gap and make it a 3-car battle for the lead.
Ford, Chevy, Toyota, 1, 2, 3. TBB goes long.
Will he be able to get up in front of him? Looks like he will. New race leader, lap 13, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And Miller really closed that gap on Eric Wolf. He's going to try to make a pass on him. Still a little blinking there by J.W. Miller. Hopefully he'll be able to stay in the lobby till the end of this race. Have to keep an eye on that. As you go farther in the field, a big group of vehicles. You got the 23 of Michael Skinner, Steven Sims battling for the 12th position. Dakota Wilkins in that 78 right behind him, and then you have that lap car of Richard Springer, had to serve that drive-through penalty early on, right behind him. Oh, a contact there with the 79 and the 23. 79 around, the 23 is able to keep it going. That should be a caution. Not
no caution.
Sure if iRacing is going to throw it. Looks like they're not. See if we can see that one more time. Gonna watch from onboard Steven Sims. He's been having all sorts of trouble tonight. Like I said earlier, a few laps ago, we see the 23 Michael Skinner in that to his inside as they go through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like the 23 came up into him, coming off of turn number 4. But Steven Sims did a great job keeping it off of that inside wall, as well did Michael Skinner in that 23. Back up front, Eric Wolf re-looking to take that lead on Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And Thomas Harmon has joined the picture as he's trying to battle for third with J.W. Miller. Oh, the 98's in the wall.
There's your caution.
Heavy impact there by Austin Collins. Take a look at it, see what happened here.
Looks like David Wright might have got into him.
Yep, right in the entry turn number 3. A little bump there by the 42. Overcorrection by Austin Collins sends him into the outside wall. And pit lane will be open. Remember, these guys only have a limited number of tire sets they can change. Looks like Butch Benjamin and Jarrett Rogers will be the only two pitting. Scratch that, a few more drivers in the back of the pack decide to pit. It's going to be very interesting to see these strategies played out throughout these races with the limited number of tires they can change. As you see Butch Benjamin down and away. Pit stop was 6.4 seconds. He might have just done right sides only.
Actually, I'm not sure Butcher Benjamin took any tires. No, TBB was fuel only. He's back down. There's the tires.
So trouble early for Butch Benjamin. He's going to be starting this one in the rear.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. His first time through on the pits, he didn't take any tires at all. Fuel only stop, and was forced to come back down and grab all 4 tires the second time.
I wonder if maybe he unchecked those boxes and forgot to recheck them when he came down pit lane.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Thomas Harmon will now be starting on the front row of this restart with Taylor Butch Benjamin pitting. J.W. Miller, Kevin Dick make up row 2. Row number 3 goes to Raymond Root and Patrick Cargill. As the pace lights are out, we're double filing up. We're going to be restarting this one on lap 25 of 172.
look for Harmon to press to get some laps led here. I would see him maybe trying to pass on the outside like everybody else has.
Green flag is back out. Eric Wolf with another great restart. JW Miller is going to have third to himself as they single file out. Top four single file. The battle for fifth is on. Great battle between the 43 Raymond Root, the 44 Patrick Callaghan, Mike Lemon in the 38, and Dustin Musil in the 22 are involved. As everyone begins to single file out, we have a little battle going on in the back. 3 wide actually. Jim Westfield gets loose into the 42 David Wright. Steven Sims dives down to the inside of Jim Westfield. You see the 88 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin battling the 8 of Ted Emmenizer. We'll see just how well those fresh tires do as Butcher Benjamin navigates through this the lap traffic.
Yeah, I've been watching the 88, JP. He's coming. I mean, he's got this car figured out, and he's moved up quite a few spots already.
Looking at lap times, Butcher Benjamin was the only driver to be in the 24-second bracket last lap with the 24.984. Back up for the lead. Thomas Harmon going to try something on Eric Wolf, but Wolf still has about a 2-car length gap. Patrick Cowgill and Mike Lemon battle it out. This is for the 5th position. Dustin Musil going to stick his nose to the inside. They make contact. Patrick Cowgill able to keep the car straight. Musil now 3 wide with Butcher Benjamin. Butcher Benjamin is doing a fantastic job navigating through this field. Started in the basically tail of the restart, only about 5 laps later, and he's already inside the top 5. See the battle between Michael Skinner and Steven Sims. These 2 drivers got into it earlier in this one. No caution was thrown because of it. Michael Skinner using the way high line compared to everybody else. David Wright gets around the 38 of Michael Lemon. That is for the 6th position.
Here, I wasn't even paying attention. Butcher Benjamin has moved up to 3rd place.
Yeah, and he's hunting down the top 2 as Harmon and Wolf are battling it out. This is going to open the door for Butcher Benjamin to catch him.
Yeah, I was focusing on Harmon and Wolf, and I looked up, and there was Dr. Squatch, about ready to pounce.
It's now a 3-car battle. And Butcher Benjamin is able to clear them both, and he is now the race leader, lap 40, but not for long as Eric Wolf dives it down into turn number 1.
All props and all due respect to Harmon, but David Butcher Benjamin just did a better Harmon than Harmon's done all season. He just came from the back to the front in about 15 laps, if that many.
And that just goes to show you how much better new tires are, as David Wright is also on new fresh tires, about to take 2nd. These guys about 20 lap fresher tires, Butcher Benjamin and David Wright have over these 3rd and 4th place drivers, Eric Wolf and Thomas Harmon. The next driver who's on fresh tires would be the 79 of Steven Sims, and he's back in the 8th position.
Yeah, 3 through 7 have not stopped for tires at all yet.
As you see Richard Springer, who's able to get his lap back on that last caution. He's battling for the 12th position with the 97 of Jay Rogers. As David Wright was able to make that pass, it's now Butcher Benjamin, David Wright, Eric Wolf, Thomas Harmon, and Kevin Dick rounding out the top 5. J.W. Miller is in the 6th position, looking to crack the top 5. And it looks like Steven Sims might have throughput. No, he just had a bad lag there for a second. He's still in the lobby. I'm sure Wolf and Harmon paid attention to just how much better these guys are on 20 lap fresher tires, and will be creating some sort of strategy should the next caution come out. Rod, are you familiar with how many laps these guys can go on a tank of fuel?
You know, I was just thinking that exact same thing, and I am not. I was just wondering how long, because eventually Eric Wolf, Thomas Harmon, you know, Kevin Dick, J.W. Miller, they're all going to have to stop for fuel. And Taylor Butcher Benjamin and David, at least Butcher Benjamin, I would assume David Wright as well, both filled up on lap 20, lap 21, so they can go 20 laps farther on fuel.
I know the halfway lap is lap 86. If these guys are able to split this race in half, that would be my guess if they're able to do that. Otherwise, they might have to try to make it into the thirds or something.
Well, if anybody can do it, Eric Wolf can do it.
Splitting the race into thirds would be lap 58, which we're less than 10 laps away from.
And even on the older tires, Eric Wolf is still a very respectable third right now, only about 2.7 seconds off the lead.
As you see the battle for 14th happening between Dakota Walker and Jordan Berry and the 8 of Ted Emenheiser. Steven Sims able to get around J.W. Miller, that's for the 6th position. Steven Sims able to get his 2nd truck win last week at Texas. Gonna look to do the same tomorrow night at Iowa. Battle for the lead is on as David Wright's been slowly reeling in the 88 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. About 4/10 of a second to get. Thomas Harmon still trying to get around the 24 of Eric Wolf, but Wolf is hanging on tough to that outside. This could open the door for the 10 of Kevin Dick to make it a 3-car battle for 3rd. Oh, Harmon slid up, almost got into the side of him. Harmon has to settle back behind the 24. He's going to try the outside. Got way loose off the corner. Wolf throws the block and Harmon back to the inside trying the crossover.
Yeah, Harmon's been getting loose off of forward just about every lap, and it just a bit loose and then catches it. Meanwhile, Kevin Dick's there. He's ready to battle for that 3rd spot. And Wolf's just going to let him by.
A little farther back, we see Matt Burgess able to get around Patrick Cowgill. That's for the 11th position. Just behind them, Dakota Wilkins and Jerry Rogers are battling 13th, 14th, and 15th is Ted Emenhiser behind him. As J.W. Miller has come down to pit. Green flag pit stop for J.W. Miller. This is just about splitting the race into 2 stops. A couple more drivers coming down to pit. I believe that was the 35 of Jim Westfield coming down. See Jim Westfield enter his stall. Should be taking 4 tires.
So to make this a one-stop race, you have to go to about lap 86 or 87. Does Harmon and Wolf have 20 more laps left in them? They both already have wins in this series, so they can gamble and push it if it's close.
David Wright battling for the lead now. He's able to close the gap to the inside. Looks like he might have something for him down the backstretch.
New leader.
The lead change comes on lap 68. David Wright to the point. David Wright's setting a phenomenal pace. You see, looking through his windshield, he has no one in front of him.
Oh yeah, he's already nearly got a second lead over Butcher Benjamin.
Going back to third, Eric Wolf's now chasing down the 68 of Thomas Harmon, but the 10 of Kevin Dick is closing in on both these drivers. You see Jim Weisfield going by. He recently pitted. He's a lap down.
The 68, 24, and the 10 are all still on the original set of tires that they had, and they have not stopped for any fuel as of yet.
Jim Westerfield splitting the two. He's able to get around the 68 of Harmon now to the inside of Wolf. Not for position. Does a great job getting around those two. As David Ray has opened it up to about 2 seconds. More drivers coming down to pit as we're nearing lap number 80, almost the halfway point. David Wright, your leader. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's running in second. Third is pole sitter Eric Wolf. As you see J.W. Miller on those fresher tires get around both he and Thomas Herman.
Now, if my calculations are correct, lap 86 or 87 will be the soonest these guys can come and make it a halfway point for a one-tire stop. That doesn't mean they can't stay out longer, but that's the soonest I think they come, 86 or 87. Some serious connection problems for Harmon right now.
Cody Gasky on pit lane for an extended amount of time. Doesn't look like he has any damage. A little on the right front.
Skinner on pit road. Okay, the 24, the 68, and the 10 just crossed the stripe to start lap 86. My guess would be they'll be coming this time or the next time. Not this one. Harmon's on pit road. Harmon's on pit road, finally. And we missed a Butcher Benjamin stop as well.
Surprised Butcher Benjamin came down to pit. Dave Perez still going strong, as well as Eric Wolf, who's over 90 laps on his set of tires.
And Eric Wolf is now coming down pit road. Kevin Dick on pit road. So what I think we're seeing here now is everybody's coming to pit road now, and everybody is stopping. Even those that stopped lap 20 are coming this time. with the exception of, I believe, Wright.
David Wright and Richard Springer, who's now up to second. He has 71 laps on his tires. Those are the only drivers who have yet to pit. Everybody else has pitted within the last 35 laps.
Correct. Wolf is just not coming off pit road.
See all these drivers getting around the race leader to get their laps back. David Wright's yet to pit. Richard Springer is about 15 seconds behind David Wright in second. Only 3 drivers on the lead lap. J.W. Miller just the 3rd driver who just got around him. And here comes the race leader, David Wright to pit. We'll see if Springer does the same. Looks like he won't be able to as the 68's closing in on him. Ooh, Harmon got loose trying to avoid him. And there goes Jerry Rogers through the grass. The 97 in the grass. Able to keep it off the inside wall. We're going to stay green. Richard Springer not able to pit yet as the 78 of Dakota Wilkins was blocking his pit road entry. And then it goes Eric Wolf to get his lap back. And now he comes down, Richard Springer pitting. Giving up the race lead, J.W. Miller will become the race leader. Starting lap 100 here at Iowa, 172 laps is the total lap distance tonight, 72 to go. J.W. Miller is your leader. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's in second, about 3.5 seconds behind Miller. He's on 27 lap fresher tires, so Butcher Benjamin should be able to close the gap within the next 10 to 15 laps. David Wright came out of pit lane, and he's now battling for the top 5. Getting around Thomas Harmon, who pitted 6 laps earlier than David Wright did.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong here, JP, but I believe J.W. Miller has the oldest tires on the track right now.
He does.
At least a lap or 2.
He does. He has 43 laps. Jim Westfield is the next one with 41 laps, as well as Patrick Calgo with 41. Now we know Butcher Benjamin, he pitted on that first caution and he also just did his beam tech pit stop, so that's 2 set of tires right there. So he only has 1 more set of tires available for the rest of this race. That's something to keep an eye on in case we get a couple late cautions.
CBB back to the point.
They're able to make it look easy getting around the 36 of JW Miller. David Wright's about 5 seconds back, who's in 3rd. Getting around Kevin Dick, who's dropping back to 4th now because of that pass. The battle for 5th is on with Mike Lemon and Thomas Herman. Mike Lemon, who's on double the amount of laps who Harmon's on. He's on 3rd lap tires, Harmon's on 15. Easily able to get around Mike Lemon for 5th.
I think the group to keep an eye on right now is going to be Wright, Dick, Harmon, and Wolf. They're all on similar tires and they've all run strong up towards the front.
Well, we know Butch Benjamin has enough to make it to the end. The question is, will anyone be able to catch him and pass him if a caution should not come out? Oh, in the wall, the 23, Michael Skinner. And he's very slow on the high side. We're going to stay green. He's going to drop it down to the apron. I wonder if he blew up.
Taking a look at this. No, he's still running.
On board with him as he goes in turn 3. He just could not turn left at all. We were right into that outside wall. Looks like he's gonna make it down to pit lane. Patrick Cowgill battling for the top 10 position with the 43 of Raymond Root. Raymond going to be able to clear him off for turn number 2. Going back up to 4th, Thomas Harmon dives down and around the 36 of JW Miller. as JW Miller has actually come down the pit lane. David Wright closing the gap on race leader. He's now a second and a half behind Butcher Benjamin.
Wright's there. He's coming.
Looking at last lap, he was 0.3 quicker than Butcher Benjamin. 10 lap fresh tires. And he's able to make that pass as they enter turn 3. David Wright to the point. Third place, Kevin Dick, about a second behind these two.
So far tonight, every time David Wright has gotten out front, he is just checked out. He's almost a full second ahead of Butcher Benjamin already.
Yeah, David Wright competing for the Truck Series Championship this season. Just looking to take a win away from a Grand National Series regular. And should David Wright be able to pull off the win tonight, he has a chance to sweep the weekend, as the Truck Series are also at Iowa tomorrow night, which you will be competing in tomorrow, Rod.
Yes, I will.
Taking a look at the battle for second, it's Kevin Dick to the inside of Butcher Benjamin. Looks like he'll be able to clear him. And then behind them, you got Matt Burgess making that pass on the 8 of 10 behind. So Thomas Harmon's also involved, and you see right behind them, Eric Wolf, who's in the 5th position.
friend in the inside of TBB makes that pass look easy. .44 on pit road.
Looks like the final green flag pit stop's underway for several drivers.
Well, we know that Harmon, Wolf, and Dick don't need to stop again to run the race they ran the first half. They may force Wright's hand to do the same. Now, David Wright doesn't need to stop, but if he's running the same race he ran the first half of this race this evening, he'll want to stop.
As Harmon's closing the gap on second place Kevin Dick. 3 seconds behind race leader David Wright. Three wide as the battle for second heats up. Dustin Musial lap car staying high and out of the way, letting these two do battle. Oh, and the 10 gets sideways off of turn 4. He's able to catch the slide. It's going to allow Harmon to get around him. There's more battle going on between Eric Wolf, J.W. Miller. J.W. Miller's one lap down, who just recently pitted, so he's on fresh tires, working his way through this lead lap traffic. Dakota Walker's come down pit lane right in front of race leader David Wright, who's coming to the line. There will be 30 laps to go when David Wright crosses the start-finish line this time by. Thomas Harmon 3 seconds behind him, followed by the 10 of Kevin Dick. Fourth is the 24 of Eric Wolf, who's, my guess, in a couple laps will be able to get around Kevin Dick, and then he'll fight Thomas Harmon for second. And then round out the top 5 is the 88 of Taylor Goodson Benjamin.
Wolf sails it in on the high side around Dick.
Coming to lap number 150. David Wright with a comfortable 4-second lead. The last thing he wants to see right now is a caution flag. As a reminder, tomorrow night, the Dynasty Racing League Truck Series will be here at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa Speedway 126. 144 laps tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to tune in. The next race for the Dynasty Racing League Grand National Series will be at Chicagoland Speedway next week, Monday, June 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be 117 laps on the 1.5 mile cookie cutter racetrack.
You know, I had thought for a moment that Wright was slowing up a little bit because 2 laps in a row, Harmon gained about a tenth on him, and Harmon just lost 2 tenths that just last lap.
Pretty identical lap times. Last lap, 26.044 for David Wright, 26.015 for Thomas Harmon. We now have 20 laps to go as David Wright crossed the start-finish line. Eric Wolf taking podium position away from Kevin Dick, who's falling back to 4th. Only one caution flag to this point. great job by all these drivers. We have 2 drivers currently out of their vehicle.
I show 3, Rogers, Emmenizer, and Gatsky.
Oh, Gasky, you're right. My apologies on that.
We got Sims and Root fighting really hard here in front of the leader to not be the last car on the lead lap.
This is the battle for 7th. Only 8 drivers currently on the lead lap. As it looks like the 79 got in contact with the 22 as they were 3 wide off of turn number 4.
Yeah, only 1 caution tonight, but not for the lack of trying. They've done a couple cars to the grass off of turn 4 a couple times tonight. And the worst scenario for right now is these 2 guys are battling for position. You can't expect either of them to just pull over and let him by.
That is absolutely true, as they are both lead lap drivers. And they are continually fighting extremely hard between one another.
Yeah, they were side by side for at least 3 laps. It looks like Root finally conceded and pulled in behind. No, he's diving down low again. This will certainly slow down right a little bit. And Root lost it off of 4. It got very loose and gave Wright the opportunity to get on. And Sims, being a Truck Series regular, is just going to let Wright go by.
David Wright did a great job getting around those 2 drivers. 10 to go, going to be 9 to go at the line. If David Wright is able to pull this off, this will be his first career win in the Dynasty Racing League Grand National Series. We have a great battle going on for 7th. J.W. Miller, Patrick Cowgill, Steven Sims, and Raymond Root in the mix.
We're inside 5 to go.
Oh, contact there with the 36 of Miller and the 79 of Sims. Miller able to get around him. We'll see if Sims has any retaliation as he's gonna file in right behind him. Might try to cross over down into turn number 1. Won't be able to, not enough momentum on the 79 side. As Dakota Wilkins has entered the mix. Two laps to go for race leader David Wright. One thing to mention, Richard Springer was able to get around Butch Benjamin for the 5th position, knocking Taylor Butch Benjamin outside the top 5. As the white flag is out. Coming off for turn number 4 for the final time, David Wright wins here at Iowa, his first career Dynasty Racing League Grand National Series victory. Second goes to Thomas Harmon, third Eric Wolf, Kevin Dick gets 4th, and Richard Springer will round out the top 5. We'll see if David Wright does any burnouts. So he'll be able to celebrate his victory tonight. Let's see if we can pull him in for an interview. Hey, David Wright, this broadcast booth, you have a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, this is your first career win in the Grand National Series. Dominated performance. How's it feel?
That feels pretty good. It's been, what, 3 years? I won several years ago at Daytona, I think in the Cup car on the restrictor plate, but I haven't won since. So this feels pretty good. Got to apologize to Austin there in lap 20. I did not mean to get into him. It didn't even give me no X's, but I know I touched him, and I was pretty sure I saw the car slide up, and it was my fault. And I apologize for that. And just want to thank everybody here at DRL and everybody in the booth, and especially everybody at DPR.
Absolutely, a great race you had put on, and with this win, this does give you the opportunity to sweep the weekend if you can do it again tomorrow night in the Truck Series.
Oh, I'm going to give it a whirl, that's for sure. It takes a lot of luck. I don't have that much good luck in the Truck Series for some reason, but I'm going to give it a go, see what happens.
Did you learn anything here tonight that you got to take into the race tomorrow?
I guess that's going to depend. I don't know how the truck drives. I have not driven the truck on this track. I don't know if the setup's tight or loose. Obviously, there's more, I think, more trucks than there are the, B cars and the Grand National cars. So, there's a potential for more cautions. The only thing that saved me tonight is when I got that EOL, I went ahead and pitted and got tires with only, 3 sets to spare. But that set allowed me to break off such a lead. That's kind of what made the difference, I think, in the race tonight. So it's just pure luck.
Yeah, with only one caution tonight, we couldn't really see how the strategies were going to play out with the limited number of sets. Truck Series, it'll be hit or miss with the number of cautions. Do you think you were able to take anything away with saving tires and choosing when to use tires tonight?
Yeah, well, you've got to save tire. That's all there is to it. I know everybody on the DPR team, we were talking about tire wear, and my tire wear, for whatever reason, seems to be a little better on the right front than others on a long run. So I expect the same thing tomorrow night, especially if the set's, tight on exit. This set was kind of loose, especially off of 4 at the beginning, and then it kind of came in on 4. But it got tight, and I think the line I use helped a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how the truck setup is. And but no matter what, now that there's a tire limit, you've got to think about tire strategy and when you're going to use them, and that kind of thing.
Alrighty, well, I believe you already went through your shout outs, but once again, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give out before we let you go?
Oh, just everybody at DRL, you, James, putting this on. This has been a fun league to be a part of now for about, I don't know if this is 3 years or 4 years, I think 3. And, of course, everybody at DPR, Dysfunctional Patriot Racing. So appreciate all them. Good bunch of guys.
Well, congratulations on your first win in the Grand National Series. It was a great race to watch, and good luck tomorrow night. You're going to have to compete against this man next to me, Rod Fosnar, and he might be able to stop you from sweeping the weekend.
I'm sure. Look, competition's tough, and no matter which series you're on, Ian, I just need a little luck. I get caught up in a lot of stuff in the trucks, but
you and me both, brother.
So, but I still have a good time. It gets frustrating at times, but I still enjoy it and enjoy the league very much.
Absolutely. Well, congrats once again. Go out and celebrate, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Truck Series.
Thank you, James.
Congrats, Dave. See ya.
That was your race winner, David Wright. Let's see if we can pull in second place finisher, Thomas Herman, for a quick interview if I can find him. Hey, Thomas Herman, this is broadcast booth. You have a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Coming home second tonight, started in the 4th position. If there was a late race caution, do you think you would have had something for that 42?
Plain and simple, yes.
Fair enough.
Attaboy, that's the answer I expected from you.
Fair enough answer. Pretty solid race out of you tonight, coming home second. Great points tonight overall. How'd the car feel overall, and any takeaways from tonight?
The car was extremely loose, especially on a late run. And I think it was more of a tight loose because right front would wear, and then you'd have to crank on a little bit harder, or not necessarily crank on, but you know what I mean. But it would start to get loose off, and that would kill a lot of your run. But yeah, overall loose, and I finally figured it out towards the end. Kind of saved that a little bit extra tire to pull away from Wolf and pull right back in, but it was too little, too late at that point.
Well, I know you were one of the drivers polling for tomorrow night to be open for the Grand National Series drivers to run, and don't hate me for it, but definitely next year we will have Iowa be an open race for the Grand National Series drivers to compete with the trucks.
Looking forward to that.
Rod, do you have anything for Harmon?
No, I just you know I'm always pulling for you. I was surprised not to see you not start from the back in this race and to actually qualify and put it up front. And I, just my opinion, but I think you'd be better off doing that every race. It saves your tires a little bit, and it's not as exciting for us in the booth, of course. But you know, I think you'd be better off doing that. What are you thinking for next weekend? What is it, Chicago, James?
Chicagoland it is.
Yeah, you thinking up front, or are you gonna plow through the field again?
I'll be going to the back again. The only tracks I plan to qualify at least until playoffs, are well, we've already done Bristol, Pocono, Iowa, and well, the super speedways. I'm drawing a blank on. I know it if I saw it.
Like I said, it's a blast for us in the booth watching you do it, and I tend to focus on your car while the actual broadcast guy is going through the field, and I just like watching you just pick your way up through the field. It's a blast to watch, but I still think you would do better if you qualified it and stuck it up front.
Yeah, I probably would. I almost know I would, but I did that so I could have fun racing with guys up front, guys in back. You can't deny it. Nobody can deny it's fun to pass people. But with that, if I get past, so be it. If I don't make it up, I'm here to have fun.
And I'm saying that to the guy that's leading the league in points right now. So whatever you're doing it right.
You're patient and picking and choosing my battles. That's all it comes down to, really, even when you're coming through the field.
Absolutely. And do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you guys up in the booth for broadcasting to everybody. All the DRL League, drivers, admins, race control, all the fans that watch us every week. Spider Dimitri up top, and Avril on the side of the car.
All right, Thomas, congrats on your podium finish, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
I'll be there. Have a good, guys. Thank you.
See ya.
And lastly, let's see if we can pull in Eric Wolf. He started on the pole tonight, led some laps, and brings it home in third. Hey, Eric Wolf, this broadcast booth again. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, top three finish for you tonight. Only one caution. What are your takeaways from tonight?
Yeah, it seemed like the short amount of time that you could short pit and get the fresh tires out there made a big difference. Enough of a difference that you could hang on to position. It's really hard to pass here. And I didn't expect it to run green as long as it did. So didn't make the right decision there like David and Taylor did there to come in and then just mow the field down with fresh tires. So, I mean, I don't know. I still got some work to do here before I can say I really know how to run here. But overall, pretty good finish. I'm really happy with third.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting to see these strategies played out if we had even one more caution. I know Taylor had used a couple sets of tires. I think he only had maybe one left. Should a caution came out, that would have been interesting to see how that strategy played out for him and others. But going to Chicagoland next week, mile and a half, you have a pretty good package when it comes to mile and a half racing. You seem to always be up front. What are your thoughts going into Chicago next week?
Yeah, I haven't practiced there yet, but I have run it a lot in the past with different cars. I really like Chicagoland. There's a couple of different grooves you can run and still be fast, so I'm looking forward to that. And I do like mile and a half, and Chicago's one of my more like.
Mr. Fosno, do you have anything for Eric Wolf?
No, I'm just it'll be nice to see you get back up on the top of the podium. I'm early on in the season, I was joking that you were winning every other week. So I mean, if you didn't win 1 week, I would say, well, he's my pick to win next week then. And it seems like you've had about 3-4 weeks now where you haven't won any. You're finishing top 5 every week. So I mean, I'm not surprised to see you in the top 5 in points, but it'd be nice to see you get back up there on top of that podium again.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe Chicagoland will turn things for me and I can win another one. But a lot of those races before that I won just circumstantial wins where things worked out in my favor. So, yeah, you take them when you can get them, and then you just try to make the most of them when you don't have it that night. I got to say, though, before you guys let me off, David Wright winning this thing is awesome. One of the DPR teammates here, so we ended up first, third, fifth, and sixth, all of us on the lead lap of the 6 for the top 6 cars. So that's pretty cool. Big thank you to the team there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was his first win in the Grand National Series. Big night for him, and hopefully he might be able to sweep it tomorrow night. It'll be fantastic for him and the team, DPR team, if he will pull off that sweep.
Yeah, he seems to have this place figured out. I was hoping there that he'd start burning his tires up toward the end, but I was watching my gap, and it just basically stayed at 5.0 seconds for the final 20 or 30 laps. So he did a really good job.
Absolutely. Do you have any shout-outs before we let you go?
Besides DPR teammates, just you guys putting on the broadcast. It's really cool. So thanks for doing that. And that's basically it for me. You guys have a good.
Alrighty, Eric. Congrats on your top 3 finish. We'll see you next week at Chicago.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
And that'll wrap it up for post-race interviews. Let's see if we can go through the unofficial results for tonight's event. David Wright leading the race high, 82 laps, comes home with his first win on Grand National Series, and Thomas Harmon second. Eric Wolf, who we just spoke to, comes home third, 31 laps led. Kevin Dick fourth. Richard Springer leading 1 lap only, comes home with fifth after serving that drive-through penalty at the start of the race. A great comeback for him. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, 51 laps led, comes home sixth. J.W. Miller 7th with 7 laps led. Steven Sims 8th. Mike Lemon 9th. Raymond Root in his Dynasty Racing League debut comes home with the top 10 finish. A great job by him. 11th goes to Matt Burgess. 12th, Dakota Wilkins. Patrick Calgo 13th. Jordan Berry 14th. Jim Westfield comes home with a 15th place finish. Dustin Musil 16th. Cody Gatsky 17th. Ted Emmenheiser 18th. Michael Skinner with his Dynasty Racing League debut comes home 19th after some issues coming off of turn number 4. Jerry Rogers 20th. 21st goes to Austin Collins. Zach Weston, who was not able to start, he had some computer problems, comes home 22nd, as well as David Lindahl 23rd for him. Take a look at the point standings. This was prior to tonight's event. Thomas Harmon was your points leader. He has yet to win this season. Taylor Butcher Benjamin comes home is second with 1 win. Eric Wolf 6 wins, season leader with 6 wins. J.W. Miller with 1 win. Ben Izenga has 1 win. Kevin Dick has 1 win, as well as Ryan Hesgard back in that 20th position with a win. Thank you to everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League possible. James Pandoff with the owner, financial, and marketing. Thank you to the graphics team, Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez, for everything you see on the broadcast and on our website. Thank you to the broadcasters, David Wilborn Jr., James Pandoff, Rod Fosnar, Ben Izenga, who did some Truck Series broadcasts earlier this year, and everybody else who has stepped in for a time or two. Thank you to all the race controllers, James Pandoff, Dakota Wilkins, Doug Lockrow, Jeremy Hebel, Mike Springer, Richard Springer, and others who have helped out. Thank you to the Dynasty Racing League admins, James Pandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, and David Warborn Jr. And I have to get that graphic updated because Thomas Harmon does have a win. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be sure to get that updated for next week. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the next DRL TV broadcast is tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the Iowa 126 for the Dynasty Racing League Truck Series. The next race for the Grand National Series will be Chicagoland, Monday, June 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And thank you everybody for tuning in to tonight's Iowa 150. Rod Fosner, any last-minute takeaways before we sign off?
No, not really. Fun race tonight. Like you said, a caution or two extra to throw the new tire limit strategies into play would have been nice to see. But all in all, exciting race. I'm really happy for Dave to get his first Grand National Series win. That's awesome. These guys put on a clinic tonight. That's for sure.
Absolutely, it was a great race to watch, and looking forward to seeing the Truck Series drivers tomorrow night. Thank you everyone for tuning in. See you tomorrow night for the Truck Series action.